Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Let It Rip Sports. I'm your host, Eldridge Bell II, and today we have to talk about Game 1 between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, I watched the game, and I said in my previous video that the Chicago Blackhawks would win the game. And honestly, the game was entertaining. It lived up to my billing. At least I thought. Both teams were fast, and I feel that I didn't give Corey Crawford enough credit in my previous video because he came up with a bunch of saves where, honestly, if he had an off game, they'd probably lose his game to the Tampa Bay Lightning by 2 or 3 goals. But he kept them within a 1 goal game for most of the game until the third period. Um, as I said before, it was a real close game. It was really I hate to say it was a game of lucky bounces or lucky shots because there I play hockey and I know that a lot of players and NHL players spend a lot of time working on their hand-eye coordination to work on tips. But my God, that Tampa Bay goal by Kilhorn, I kind of want to say that was luck. That was luck because the way how he was able to tip it and it go just straight to where it hit the net at that angle that he was at, you gotta call that luck. And then, excuse me, uh, Teravi- Ter- Teravainen, excuse me for butchering his name, Teravainen, his goal, honestly, I don't know how his goal made it to the net and hit top left corner, if I'm not mistaken. That puck had eyes. I saw that goal and I watched the replay of the goal like 10 times, and I'm just like, how did it even get there? But kudos to those players. Lucky it was a great shot slash lucky because I feel hockey is a combination of both. But the real difference in the game, I thought, was in the third period where the Tampa Bay Lightning, they were crisp for the first and second period. They trapped the neutral zone and they kind of stifled the Chicago Blackhawks. But in the third period, the Tampa Bay Lightning they weren't as crisp in getting their breakout pass out of their own zone, and that's where you saw. That's actually how they scored. The Chicago Blackhawks scored their last goal, the game winning goal, is in the third period when a breakdown, actually a turnover in their own zone, and uh, they were able to score off the turnover. But if you look at it before the game winning goal was, I think it was uh, what is his name? Um, I can't think of the guy's name. I thought I had it written down, but I don't. But it was Andrew Shaw. Excuse me, it was Andrew Shaw. He had opportunity around the 12-minute mark in the third period where he had opportunity off of a turnover, a careless passing. I believe it was off a Stamkos stick where he didn't uh, corral the pass correctly. It turned into a turnover, and Andrew Shaw had a golden opportunity to make the game 2-1 earlier in the third period. But Bishop was solid the entire game. He was solid at that opportunity. But at the very end of the game, or towards the end of the game, excuse me, they had another costly turnover in their own zone, and that was really the difference in the game is that they weren't crisp coming out of their own zone for the Tampa Bay Lightning. For the keys for the game two, the Lightning they have to be crisp in the at the end of the game. They were good for the first 2 periods, but as we all know, it takes 3 periods to win a game. So it's just all it takes is one play, and that one play ended up costing them the game. So they have to be crisp in their own zone for 3 straight periods. Also, I feel that they have to incorporate their defense more. The Tampa Bay Lightning had an edge in the face-off category in Game One, so that automatically incorporates your defense, especially when you're in the offensive zone. So to do that more. Uh, I feel they still have to punish Andrew Shaw, Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews, Patrick Sharp, etc., etc. Be physical, be a self-aware in your own zone, and I feel that the Tampa Bay Lightning can, and I think they will win Game Two because I think they'll make the adjustments that they needed to make after seeing it in Game One, where it was really close game. As for the Hawks, keep doing what you're doing in Game One, but I feel the one thing that they didn't do that I expressed that they should have done in my previous video is that you gotta crash the net. Very rarely are you gonna beat a goalie who's good, who is 6'7" on the first shot. So you got to crash the net harder than what you did in game one. Because a lot of the shots, he was very adept at directing the puck away from dangers, i.e., the center, the slot, high slot, low slot. He directed the puck to the corners where the defense could get the puck out very quickly. So I feel that those are the keys to the game for the Blackhawks and the Tampa Bay Lightning. I feel that the Tampa Bay Lightning will win game two. I'm going to go on a limb and say they'll win the game 3-1. Tampa Bay Lightning win the game, game two, 3-1. As always, ladies and gentlemen, please leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Let It Rip Sports Show. And as always, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Eldridge Bell II.